Thanks. We some great baseball fans here, huh? You folks from the East Coast or something? I can tell because, sports fans out here, especially in Los Angeles, they're a little laid back. In fact, they go to a game, they leave at the end of the 7th inning so they can beat the traffic. See? That's part of the game out here. Whereas in New York, you stay to the last second till that game is over, right? Of course, by the time you get outside, your car is going to be gone anyway. And talking about the World Series, I get a kick out of the announcers. They're so insightful. Jim, what do you think Kansas City's going to have to do to win? Well, they're going to have to play good baseball, Al. Hey, I'll write that down. Just once, I'd like to see him tell the truth. Well, they're going to have to throw a hand grenade into the St. Louis huddle to win this game. Huddle? I love football. Actually, I keep in shape. I play a lot of sports. In fact, I like to talk about the health craze. How many people here are staying fit and keeping in shape? And how many of you would rather eat Rocky Road than jog on one? I've tried everything. I tried lifting weights, and I found out why they're called weights. You get under that bar with all that metal on it, you go, hey, wait. I can't lift this. Then I tried working out to one of those Jane Fonda tapes. You ever do that? How do you do knee bends to Agnes of God? I mean, it's ridiculous. Now, jogging, I do a little bit of that, too. You know what bugs me about joggers? This must annoy you, too. When they come to a traffic light, they can't stop. They might die or something, right? So they kind of dance around in a little circle. It's confusing, because you can't tell the joggers from the Hare Krishnas. I was thinking about this whole health and diet and fitness craze. It really doesn't make any sense when you analyze it. Just think of the facts. You had this guy, Pritikin. You know Pritikin? He wrote the book, The Pritikin Diet. Where is he? He's dead, right? Okay. Tarnower, he wrote the Scarsdale Diet. Where is he? He's dead. Jim Fix, the runner. He's not here either, right? Who's alive? Fats Domino, Chubby Checker. There's your answer. Sing and eat donuts. That's my solution. And of course, a lot of people are on diets, and people always exaggerate about their diets. Your friend might say, yeah, all I had to eat today was some blueberries. They don't tell you it was surrounded by pie crust and topped with ice cream. And of course, every restaurant you go into has the obligatory salad bar. Don't you hate those salad bars with that glass sneeze guard or whatever it is? You know what I'm talking about? No, the piece of glass. The thing is so low, you have to do the limbo to get your salad. Am I near the croutons? And of course, the waitresses in these coffee shops, they always come by when you don't need them, like to ask if everything is okay when your mouth is full. If you want some milk, you have to play charades. Moo! Or to fill up your coffee cup after you have the perfect amount of cream and sugar. It's like a science experiment for most of us, Little cream, a little sugar, you get it right, they come by. Oh, can I ruin that for you? Once I put my hand over the cup, she poured it in my mouth. And you walk in with a friend or a date, you're standing there 15 minutes, they come over, how many, 2? No, I have a boatload of Cuban refugees in the parking lot. One time I went in with a friend, I said 2, and the hostess actually says, 2 people? I said, no, just the number 2. I screwed her head up, I walked out. You know what's confusing, though? When you go into a restaurant, you have to use the restrooms. In the old days, it was easy. See, it said men and women, and you knew which one to go into. Today, they put signs in the doors. You have to figure out what you are. I mean, what does this mean? Is this a bathroom for men, women, or people who really have to go? Then I was in a seafood restaurant, and instead of men and women on the restrooms, it actually said herring and mackerel. And here I am, a mature adult, trying to figure out if I'm a herring or a mackerel. So this woman walked by. I said, "Excuse me, do I look like a herring or a mackerel?" She looked me over. She said, "You look like a shrimp to me." You know what's worse, though? When you have to use the restroom at a gas station, they're a little paranoid at the gas stations, so they give you this key that's attached to something, like a canoe. Like you might steal it and throw a bachelor party in there. I don't even know why they lock those places up at the gas stations. I mean, the restrooms are so disgusting. I guess they're afraid somebody might break in and clean up someday. What are you going to steal, the toilet paper? There isn't any. Remember a few years ago they were selling gas by the liter, like it was wine or something? So I drove in, I said to the attendant, "Let me have a carafe of unleaded, will you?" He says, "Would you like to smell the nozzle?" This guy's got a tuxedo on, and... Of course, today you have all the self-serve gas stations. You know the ones where they put an illegal alien inside of a booth? I mean, the guy's locked in there for 2 weeks, no food or water. He's banging on the windows. And all the pumps have numbers. It's like placing a bet at the track. I said to the guy, "I want to put $10 in number 6. He says, "To win, to place, or to overflow." Thank you, Bob.